Psycho, Alpha, Disco, Beta, Bio, Aqua, Doo Doo.
Wow.
Hey, never learn to swim.
I didn't know it
Yeah.
said doo-doo at the end.
You didn't?
No, it said,
What?
Yeah.
It said doo-doo.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Underwater Boogie Baby.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
wait the rhythm of the stroke. You don't know nothing about that. You don't
I
know.
don't.
You don't know nothing about that.
I was born in the 80s.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
That was an 80s song, though.
No, it wasn't. Well, he was a baby though, so he wouldn't get it, right?
Aqua Boogie.
So, welcome to the Cold Coffee Show. My name is Glamis.
I'm Tony Sparks.
And I'm Big Smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looking kind of rough today, man, because for the third week in a row, let's check it out. Right? Y'all know me, right? I'm
okay.
usually coming through, nice.
Fresh to death.
Third week in a row, I get canceled on, man, and we're not going to say any names.
Whoa, by your barber?
We're not going to say any names because he that's giving him too much power.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Why should I hold my breath?
It's like, what's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? But we still looking good. But
No,
it's just
I mean,
like,
you know.
it's a
Man,
little,
understand.
little rough, little on the edge of stuff.
Yeah, that's that them good jeans.
That's some good jeans.
That's some good jeans, and I ain't talking about Levi's. Ow! I'm always turning it out. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Jeez.
I can't take it.
went too
But no,
far.
so look, do you remember who sang that? Aqua Boogie Baby.
No,
Who
that
was
was
it?
Parliament Funkadelic.
Parliament Funkadelics. Ow. Yeah. You know, and what's crazy is, what did it say? I can't take the walking on the water, walk without not get wet.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, can you be in the water and not get wet?
Well, I tell you, it's a people.
Hey, I can. For surely.
Wow. Whew, that went over my head. But
Well, you know what? Oddly enough, let me tell you. Like everything. Back in the day when you went to the record store,
Sure.
was categorized, and a lot of the Parliament Funkadelic stuff during that era was categorized under comedy.
oh, was it? Oh, because it was
so it
kind
was
of.
funny.
it was funny.
It was funny to them.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
but it-
they
but
didn't
it-
understand it.
But it is. I love it. But it is funny in the respect that they weren't being very serious about
They were
what
comical.
they were doing. They were comical.
They were
you know.
comical.
Well,
Just like Bootsy Collins, his first 3 albums, amazing first 3 albums. After that, he got clean and sober, and he was terrible after that.
Right. Well,
but-
that's music nowadays anyway. They ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true. That's
yeah.
true. It's just a different level. You're right.
It's all about having fun and partying.
and they
at
wear,
the end of the day.
and they're dressing up like ladies. And they're dressing up
Oh,
like.
what the
Really,
they
like
like
ladies?
ladies now.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm talking about now.
They was doing it back then.
But
They had tights, right? That was the band thing. Bands had tights.
that was the point I was making.
Oh,
Yeah, they still dressing up like women. Huh? Really, they dressing up like women?
Oh my goodness, yes. Are you kidding me?
Am
Have
I
you seen
missing
the
that?
man dresses? You haven't seen
I
the man
saw.
dresses?
Yeah. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, like schoolgirl dresses.
blouses.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I mean,
That
Prince
is-
wore blouses. But,
Yeah,
you know,
but,
Prince
I
had
mean,
his own little
But
thing.
Prince wasn't trying to be cool. Prince was trying to do Prince.
He was trying to do Prince.
Yeah, he was
being
trying
innovative.
to do something.
He's like,
Yeah.
this is me. If you like it, come through. If not,
If
that's
it-
cool too.
Right. That's it.
That's
And he
why
got a
I
lot
was
of
like,
flack. He got a lot of flack, believe it or not. But then everybody tried to follow his trend.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like World Class Wrecking Crew, which had Dr. Dre, and all of the cats in his camp. You know that like Time, and then the other guys breaking off and doing their own thing.
Well, isn't it crazy that if you're great at something,
Maserati.
you can get away with doing certain things?
That's right. They're considered a genius, and then you're entitled to think differently. To
But I think
separate
that
yourself
has a lot to do
without judgment.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with your commitment to what you're doing and you being very sincere about what you're giving.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So then
You have to be able to sell your gimmick for sure.
right, and then everybody wants to follow and do, and like people are so. The thing that really saddens me is that when someone is popular or famous or something is popular, people want to do that same thing. Like it's going to work. Wait a minute, that belongs to that person, you know. And then the sad part about it, if you do anything that veers near what that other person is doing, they're like, "Oh, you doing that to bend? Yeah, get out of my fucking face, you piece of shit."
Boo boo.
Yeah, understand?
Well, you know, it's a lot of things out here that everybody can do, and it's some things that only one person can do and you can't.
And it's beautiful.
Well,
right?
and I'm glad you mentioned that. And in all actuality, we all have that one thing that we can do.
That's right.
That is totally our own thing.
Right.
That's right.
You know.
But before we get, I want to talk about, because I was talking about underwater boogie and aqua boogie and things like that. Do you know that there are a group of people in Southeast Asia, west of Thailand, who can survive underwater 2 times as long as we can. They can breathe. Well, not breathe. They can survive underwater.
They can hold their breath longer than we can.
Than we can, and they can see like dolphins. Yeah, it's they're called nomadic people, right? Nomadic.
I thought they were the Moken or
Moken, yeah, they're Moken, but then they call them nomadics too. But the Moken people, that's the name of the
Right.
tribe, right?
Okay.
The Moken tribe or people. And what happens is when they're born, they are born on water, and they live most of their lives, most of their lives on boats, on wooden boats, and because they survive off the water. They don't really survive off land.
they survive off the
They eat like the
fish
eels and all the aquatic
life.
life. And what happens is the babies learn how to swim before they learn how to walk. Yeah, and they send them down to get the food.
The kids?
The babies. The children are the fishermen. And the ones, when they get older, they fish from the boat. Because when they're young, they're able to manipulate their pupils to get small enough to see, like I said, like dolphins. And so they can see underwater. Like we can't really see. We can only see so far underwater. They can manipulate their muscles in their eyes to be able to
That's crazy.
see underwater. And they can do that also with their heart. Is it
Their heart rate lowers.
Yeah, it lowers
They can-
and which allows them to stay underwater
longer.
Yeah, that's a very
I hope
interesting.
that's the only thing they have in common with dolphins, because dolphins try to get on top of people.
I bet you they try to get on top of people.
Don't dolphins do sonar? Am I wrong?
Dolphins.
Oh yeah, they do.
They do
They
have
go,
sonar.
And they sound bounces off.
Yeah, and it's like, did I sound like what?
I know, shit, watch out, Flipper. Watch
She
out.
coming to get you.
Yes,
Sound like an old acquaintance of mine.
Yeah, you
Does
probably
she
got
sound
some.
like
There's
that?
probably gonna be a dolphin knocking at the door in a minute.
He said his old acquaintance sound like that. Could you imagine that?
I said old acquaintance.
Yeah, no, I know, and that's why she's gone. Yeah,
That is beautiful. If you was making the girl sound like a dolphin, you was doing some good work. The most I've ever made a woman sound like is a
manipulate
moose.
situations.
I thought he was
man.
talking about the nagging aspect
Oh,
of it.
no,
I didn't
no,
know
I
that
thought-
you guys were going there with it.
Hey, it was a 2-part meeting.
Okay, I don't want to ever do that sound again.
Don't.
No, help me.
Oh, that's funny.
No, so but yeah, there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
If y'all don't know by now,
Awkward.
this is my mama. If y'all don't know by now.
Awkward.
That's funny. I love that facial expression.
Did you like it?
That was very good.
Awkward. I can't even do it now because I'm laughing because it was so
Yeah.
sincere.
There you
It
go.
was
That was sitcom worthy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll save that.
So what's up about it? What's up with our godfather, our big uncle, or
Hold that. Oh, Bill Cosby.
they got him, y'all.
They got him.
They got him.
And the thing is, I mean, if he did something, I get it. I'm not saying don't.
All right,
But
so
why did it take so long? And now he's about to. He's like 80.
Right.
What? Come on.
Still though, you still can't be messing.
No,
you can't be
you
drugging people. You can't drug anyone and have any type of relationship with them.
No, you can't.
any sort of relationship with him. You drug him, never. Like,
So I wonder if the drugs made her hair stand on her head.
So
like
it's 3
that.
counts.
Have you seen her?
It was 3 counts of aggravated assault. It was penetration with lack of consent.
Ooh.
Penetration while unconscious.
Ooh.
Penetration after administering an intoxicant.
Wow.
It just seems like, I mean, I guess it's 3. He did the act, but they just trying to put more on
2
top.
on it because it almost sounds like there's one in the same.
It should be put a lot on it if you're doing that type of stuff.
If that's what you're doing.
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 I don't condone any type of being creeps at all.
Yeah, I'm there with you, sir.
Yeah.
My only thing is I'm really worried about, because every time, like, for example, back in the day, women would fight for child support and get denied. And now we've boomeranged all the way to the other end of the spectrum where you completely destroy a man's life now with the whole child support system.
Or a woman.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well,
Not so much women, but yeah, go ahead.
well, now the thing here is, I mean, like women were crying out, help me, I'm being taken advantage of. And now I personally feel like it's kind of boomeranged all on the other end. I'm really afraid, me as a comic, in my act, I flirt with people on stage.
Oh, that it won't come back, you mean?
That people are going to go, yeah, he did something, and I didn't do anything. Anyone who knows me knows that I wouldn't fuck around like that.
Let me tell you something on that. Did you see on the internet? It's kind of correlates with what you're talking about. It's a lady who took some pictures with this man's dog, and the dog was like sniffing her butt and stuff. Do you know that he asked her not to put them on the internet, and she did put them on the internet? And do you know that he is trying to sue her because he said that she sexually harassed his dog?
Oh, wow. Wow.
People are just trying to...
Well, I don't know if you know this, but within our own comedy community here, there's a guy that's being accused of sexual misconduct with with actually about 7 of the female comics within the community. No. And this guy, though, granted, I will say this, that everybody knows him, and when he gets like a little lit, he's gonna pull his thing out.
No! Well then, yeah, he's asking for it.
He's gonna pull it out.
You can't do that.
Think of that as funny.
He thinks that's funny.
Yeah, and he's done it like at a day job, like
no way.
Pictures, like they do the Christmas picture, and then they taking the picture and he pull his thing in. All right,
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And they publish some of the pictures anyway. But this is the thing. The bottom line is this: is that the community, some of the people in the community are calling for. How do I say they're calling for the thing where we should not let this guy
come around anymore?
Yeah, which oh geez, how do you do that? How do you do that? And I gotta be honest with you.
Put your meat away. That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
But he's not. He's kind of like sobering up and cleaning up, and he's not doing any of that kind of thing anymore. In fact, when the incident came down and they go like, oh, this guy did this, he lawyered up. And he's been right away, and he's been saying that I didn't know that, I thought it was what I was doing at the time was consensual.
Right.
What?
Well, he said that because he actually, the person who's accusing, supposedly he's actually had sex with the person.
See, that's the thing. For me personally, if I'm just meeting you and I'm just now dealing with you, I'm not really making any aggressive moves towards you until after we've been acquainted. Now, after we've been acquainted, it's a part, we've established privacy, certain lines have been drawn, so it's like you can get away with more. Like you said, they messed with each other before, maybe it was some plan, she didn't like it, okay, cool, stop. But if you continue to do it, then you're harassing. But if you just now meet somebody, it's no leeway, no ground, no any way at all. You can't even play around.
I gotta be honest with you, I've been in a lot of abusive relationships, and I could not get any any help. I remember.
Did you try?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
I did. I remember I was being stalked, and I went to the police station, and I told the police, and they laughed at me.
Aw.
They sure did.
Oh, wow. And then if something had happened to you, then it would have been funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
I
gotta be
know.
kidding me.
So-
but you made a statement about
Go
you
ahead.
don't get aggressive until after. So are you actually aggressive or are you smooth like your name is?
I'm smooth, but I mean, you feel me?
I'm just.
If it's somebody that I'm dealing
You
with,
get out of here.
I mean, you feel me?
Oh.
I might grab her by the waist real quick. Come here, where you going? You
Okay.
feel me? What's
Oh,
happening?
okay.
All in your ear. What's up, baby?
Okay, I'm done. Awkward. I'm done. I just want to know that.
I'm just
that part.
saying, but I mean, obviously, it's in the air. If
Well, of course, it's in there. I'm just teasing.
If
I'm
she's
just
not
teasing.
comfortable, then don't even push it.
Don't even push
Yeah,
it.
but this is the thing. One of those things. I mean, I'm really worried for me that kind of thing is going to happen to me, and I've done. I mean, I don't think I've done anything to, you know what I mean?
Well, I think maybe the fortunate thing is that it is comedy, and if you're coming to a comedy room and you get offended like that, I think. Unless it's intentional, like really, I'm going to get you, whatever you say. You know what I'm saying? I know what you say, but I'm not gonna say what you say because I like the way you say it.
Oh,
You say it better than me.
yeah, your boo boo.
And so if and if that's the case, come on, just leave.
I know,
You know,
I
just
know.
leave.
but it's easier said than done.
It is easier said than
Easier
done.
said than done.
Okay, it's a little different. Okay, Mom, a guy gets at you, right?
Now we're talking about on stage. Are you talking about Tony or are you talking about?
You talking about on stage?
Yeah, I'm
right
talking
now.
about on stage.
Okay, my bad.
But go ahead, go
I was
ahead.
back to the
I
sexual
mean, this
harassment.
may be touching on something for somebody. Go ahead.
Okay, say if you out there talking to a female or somebody trying to approach you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't like him in any way, but anything. What's your response if somebody tries to talk to you?
Well, first of all, I play too much,
Right.
so I really don't take a whole lot of things personal. So I would probably be like, "Oh my, look at you," you know, something like that. And
But
then
what if you just weren't interested? Would you just keep walking?
if I'm not interested, no, because again, I play too much. So it's like, hey, I see you. All right, let me hook you up with my girl over here. See, I say something like that.
Right.
I'll shoot him to the left real quick.
But you at least acknowledge that they're a person and they're right
Oh,
there.
I do, because there are people and that's rude.
Right.
And that's rude.
So if somebody was to cuss you out after you denied him that he was in the wrong,
And I have done somebody do that before.
Oh,
right?
really?
That's
no,
not cool.
Yeah, no, but not totally straight up because, well, I guess he did. I was walking down the street one day and he was like, hey. And you know what? And that's what made me start speaking to people. He said, because there's nothing wrong with saying hi.
There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with saying hi. So, hey, say. Remember back in the day when they used to say, hey. And I kept walking. And so he said, well, F you then. But I said, well, you don't have to get mad. He was like, well, come here then. Right?
That is ridiculous.
But I have had it happen. But,
Right.
you know, I don't take stuff personally because it could have gotten ugly. I could have been like, well, what you?
Right.
You know, but why take it there?
Right. I was just asking because females, you know, a lot of guys cuss females out after they don't respond. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, why you gotta call me? Well, if you have an attitude where when somebody says hello, you don't speak, your head is raised like you're beneath me.
Well, that would make somebody feel inferior.
You don't get cussed
and then
out.
they get embarrassed, you know. And then it's like, oh, she ain't speaking to me, so my friend's seeing this, so fuck you, bitch.
All you
know.
gotta do is say, I'm not interested, thank you, have
Yeah,
a good
and
day.
that's all you have to do. That's it.
And it's over.
And it's over.
I don't know about that.
I don't. Well,
Man.
I know too many people that are just really forceful.
oh well, yeah, there are people
Just
like that.
really, really forceful.
There are
Just,
people like that, but I haven't. And it could be because
and
I'm.
unrelenting.
It's probably because I'm a big girl, right? So you know they don't want to challenge me. I don't think.
Oh, they ain't ready, Mom?
I don't think they're
They
ready.
don't want to see you.
I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're ready. I don't
They
think,
ready. They ain't trying to
you
knuckle
know,
up.
right here, bow bow.
Whole lot of 2-piece.
You know, that might-
You might give them an 8-piece if you know.
you know,
That is funny.
with
Spunky.
extra mayonnaise
You know what I'm saying?
That is funny.
Right.
and Miracle Whip.
Little family meal deal.
That was like
I don't think anyone's afraid. There was this one. I don't think anyone's afraid. There's this woman this weekend. She was really like she ain't have no neck. Like
Oh,
no neck.
hey, Miss Jeffrey.
No neck. And she was a sturdy girl. Like
St.
kind-
Emilius principal, if y'all know
She's
who
the
Miss
kind
Jeffrey
of girl
is.
you could like kick down a flight of
Miss
stairs.
Jeffrey.
You know.
I'm listening to
back
no
in the
neck.
day. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll talk about Miss Jeffrey after. I'm sorry.
Oh, anyway, but she like recognized me from 6 months ago, and like, wow, like, I mean, that freaked me out. All right, but I mean, if I was interested, I would not have been scared.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not.
Well,
No.
okay. Well,
Especially with them
everyone is
broad-ass
not
shows.
afraid. Listen, everyone's not afraid, but I think I have a level of intimidation that I exude.
I think you exude that you are a sweet, kind individual. Like, no matter what you say on stage or what you do, people look at you and go like, "Oh, get your boo boo." You know what I mean? I know you got. I'm telling you, you are yummy. You understand?
Really delicious.
You are like somebody's. If a fairy could be real,
Okay.
and what you would
That's
that
me.
would be you. You'd be all sprinkles.
Wow.
You're like a mythical creature or
Oh
something.
my goodness!
know,
you
you were
guys
just
better
so
stop
sweet.
it. Do you guys?
Sprinkle it with some
I have
dust.
a little bit of money in my purse. Did you guys want some?
Oh no,
Because-
I didn't want your money, baby.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah, he want all my money. He
I
want
just
all
want-
my money.
I just want to tell the truth.
But you know, no, I've had people honestly, Tony, tell me before they got to know me that I am mean. I thought you were mean. I thought you were mean. I thought
never thought you were
I've
mean.
had so
I
many
thought you
people
were like
tell
this-
me that.
From the first time I ever saw you, I said, "Who you were? You were just the sweetest thing." Oh my goodness.
Because I'm Eels.
Oh
No, but
man, I don't like the way you said that. Oh
you
man.
like it. No, I've had
Sucking
that.
on candy. Go ahead.
Even Marv told me, and even Juan Medina, he told me that, he said, you know, you have an air about you, like you're so regal. And then Marv told me that I look at people like, and I don't. No.
Well, you know what? That's their intimidation. Yes, sir.
It's been a few
Sorry.
times I see you mug somebody. Though.
I
I'm like,
have? No way.
look at my. Oh,
What?
what did I know? There's been
Really?
a few times where you probably weren't even looking like that, but I could probably see.
Oh my goodness. I don't.
I've never
I've
never
It's not always.
I've never experienced that from you.
I recently had a girl, a young lady up at Shook. She came and she's like, Glamis, you know, I always tell people how nice you are, and they always say how mean you are. And I'm like, they don't even know me. Like, don't. Well, okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
funny. I've never thought you were mean.
I'm not.
I know you ain't.
I am genuinely a wonderfully nice
I
person.
know.
Kind and considerate.
You know, there's been comics in the community that I didn't want to approach. Mm-hmm. You weren't one of them.
See?
You were never one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting, though. And you say you witnessed that, huh?
It's been before. It's not, so I'm saying it's a handful of times. It's not like, and when I'm 33 and you my mom, so it's only a few times.
I mean, well, maybe it was you probably witnessed a few times where I was actually upset, though.
See, but you called me on a few times and I ain't even tripped. There, somebody was like, "Oh, how tall are you? Oh, you're so tall," and I was just like, and you was like, "Chris, don't do that." I'm like, "What am I doing? I'm just walking, and somebody over there asked me how tall I am. I just told them thanks." Like, I mean,
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
And then sometimes people are scary. You know what I mean? You
That's
can
true,
run
too.
into people that you like. You feel a bad vibe from them immediately.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know,
I get
so-
that, yeah.
And then you put up your defenses because you like this motherfucker should shower.
He's talking about picking up. Picking up?
oh, Joel Embiid, this dude picked up Kevin Hart like he was just a little boy.
Well, Kevin Hart is a little fella.
So if y'all know who Joel Embiid is, okay, so Philadelphia 76ers, they just advanced to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
First time they've done that since 2012.
Okay.
Right, so the background to these guys, 2014, 19 games. That's all they won.
Oh wow.
2015, 18 games. 2016, 10 games. Last year, 28 games. Now
Oh.
they're advancing to the playoffs, so it's a big thing. So the city is behind them.
Right.
They just won. Philly just won a Super Bowl, so they down there.
They having a
what's
good
happening?
time, right?
And then Joel Embiid, with his personality, he kind of goofy a little bit. He picks this dude up And it's a 37-year-old man, legs dangling.
That's cute.
And then he swung him around.
No, he didn't. I didn't see
swung
that
him
part.
around. But it was just funny though. The grown man was just
Yeah, it
weird,
was
like,
funny.
But it fit Kevin Hart though, because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
silly
Yeah,
like
he
that,
goofy.
right?
And
So
he
it was
embraced it.
fun, right? It was
That's
fun.
some more money for
right,
him.
right. That was good. That was good. And oh my God, Meek Mill is out. Meek Mill is out.
Meek Mill is out. You know, that blew my mind though, y'all. I'm sitting there in my phone playing my little generic Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm.
CNN on the ticker rolls down. Meek Mill is free. And I'm like, it's world news that Meek Mill is free. But,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you know his background, he got a gun and a drug charge when he was 19. Way
right.
back when he was 19.
Right.
He only served 7 months for it, but he was on parole. So he had little parole violations or probation, whatever. He was on probation having all these little violations. And then he got caught up 2 times before this last time for a fight. You know what I'm saying? Cool, whatever. Judge gave him, you know, leeway. Then he got in trouble again, but he was just popping the wheelie on his bike. Remember, these charges way back in the day got dropped.
Right.
For this parole violation, 2 to 4 years for popping the wheelie. You know what I'm saying? So and I was sitting there thinking, like, how is this dude getting all this publicity because he's free? And you know, that's kind of cold to do somebody like that
That
for a
is
wheelie,
awful.
2 to 4 years.
I think that's why he got the publicity, because
Right.
it was so wrong.
Right. And
It was just
everybody's-
wrong.
So, you know, that's kind of bringing awareness that it's something going on in this
Oh my
system.
God. Yes.
Of course.
Very
You know what I'm
much so.
saying? And
Get
it's to the
ready.
front-
When you make a lot of money, brother,
Right.
that's how it all goes down.
But this
Yeah.
dude is so famous and all that. He has the owner for the Sixers pick him up as soon as he get bail from in the chopper, flew him straight to the game, hooked him up with Philadelphia gear, and he rings the bell.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I
at the
didn't.
beginning.
Okay. Oh, okay. I know everybody was stoked about that because he's from Philly also, right?
He's from Philly.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, when they
so-
won the Super Bowl, they was playing Meek Mill music.
Yeah,
It's
and-
like
Oh,
Mike Dre or
wow.
somebody. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. And then I'm sure it was a whole lot of people who didn't hear the news, and so when they saw him, was like, "Oh my God, he's
Right.
ringing the bell!"
Right,
Wow,
Meek
that's
Mill's out.
amazing.
So, you know,
Yeah,
and that's city love too. You know?
that's
Yeah.
like blow the whistle.
right. E40 gets so much love out
I
here.
saw that,
He gets so much love
man.
in the Bay.
So yeah, you know, but
Shout out to E40. Be legit. What's up, baby?
what's up, Bila Jet? That's
All
my
right. Hey,
friend.
don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the
The alert.
alert button. I always forget.
Ding ding. That's okay. Ding ding ding, like that. Blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle.
What's my favorite word?
Bitch!
Why you gonna say it like Shorty?
That was very frightening.
That's right.
You said that so passionately.
Right.
That's how he says it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he says it. Can't nobody say it like that.
Like bitch. Hey.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, but you know, represent the Bay, nothing like it. It ain't
I
nothing
forgot
like
to
it.
set my timer.
I was wondering if you set the timer.
It's 28 minutes, y'all.
I am,
How did
so
you
we
see
need
that?
to kind of close up.
I've
Hey,
never
listen.
saw it.
All this month, as in May, May. All this month, every Thursday at the Il Parada is going to be the Sugar Nasty Show, my all-girl show, every single Thursday for the month of May. Please, you've got to come and check it out. It starts at 8 o'clock every Thursday night. So please, I hope you're there to watch the show. It's going to be great. I have some really great talent lined up. You've got to come and check it out. Oh, and we also have Sugar Nasty t-shirts for sale.
Oh, what?
Sugar nasty.
Shut up. You guys go in there and get you a nice little Sugar Nasty shirt.
I know,
yes.
and they're really beautiful
They
with
are.
the 1970s
Yeah,
writing.
they're nice. Sugar Nasty.
I need to check it out.
You need to get one.
Yeah.
Yep, you need to get one.
I know dudes that wear them like that.
Sugar
Why
nasty.
not? Yeah, that's a nice
Who
little
was Sugar Nasty though?
Tony.
That's you?
I mean, that's my
That's
little
his
phrase.
Yeah, he's
Sugar
coined
Nasty.
sugar nasty. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Tony.
Why am I just now hearing about Sugar Nasty?
I
You
thought
didn't
knew
know
all
that?
about.
We are so. I apologize.
I thought
I
you
would
knew
have had
all
a Sugar
about.
Nasty shirt on a long time ago.
You know
Oh,
what?
my
We
God.
actually should wear Sugar Nasty shirts to
we
the
should
show.
make some cold
We
coffee.
should.
Sugar Nasty cold. Hey, how about
cold
cold
coffee
coffee with
edition.
nasty sugar? Ow! Sugar Nasty. Ow!
That sound
Sugar
good.
Nasty. That don't sound good.
I like my
Okay.
sugar
Well,
sweet
can I
and
please
tasty.
tell you that I did the audition for the Kevin Hart Heart to the City, Heart of the City, and I went up #1. And the dude came to me and he was like, "You Ricky Henderson that thing." I was like, "What does that mean, sir?"
Oh, my bad, Kevin. I didn't know. I forgot mom's. Just ripped your
No,
little
give a
wing.
shout out to
Yes.
J Dub, Joey Wells, Harry
Wells.
Ratchford,
Yeah.
and Kevin Hart. Honestly, you know.
Yeah.
Even though
man.
Harry don't ever respond to me, but it's okay.
Uh-oh.
There ain't no love
Uh-oh.
lost.
Uh-oh.
You know, we like cousins and shit, but that's okay. I still love you.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, Negro.
You know, families do that.
We
They-
get
Negro,
that.
I ain't seen you
they-
since I was like 11.
I
Negro.
know. Remember Belly? You remember Belly,
Yeah,
Harry?
Belly? Remember Belly?
Harry, you remember Belly? This is Belly.
Yeah, what's happening? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
is
Harry,
it-
it hurt my feelings for a minute, Harry. I used to tell Mom what happened to Harry. I was 11, Harry.
I know he misses you, Harry.
That's cool.
We miss you. I miss you. And J Dub
That is
and
too funny.
and Kevin Hart. They're all
But
my
we got to
first
get out
cousins.
of here, though.
We're first
don't
cousins.
we?
Sorry about
Yeah,
that,
we're on
sorry.
our way out. So this has been the Cold Coffee Show.
Cold Coffee Show. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Tony Sparks.
I've
This
been
is
Glamis,
And it's your boy, Big Smooth, man.
and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
The Cold Coffee Show.